Let's talk about a new show coming called Dark Web. Welcome back guys, it's Raw Geek here. Yes, this is a show that's coming to Amazon Prime, so if you've not got Amazon Prime, you won't be able to watch it, easily, legally. But if you have got it, like me, you may well want to check this out. Now, I really like things to do with, creepy internet stories and the dark web and all that kind of stuff, and recently I've been watching a lot of videos from YouTubers such as Nexpo, who does like the dark side of Reddit or disturbing things from the internet, so do check those out. Mr. Nightmare, I keep watching this in bed before going to sleep. I don't really know why, because it's a bit crazy to do that, because some of it's really creepy. And like Top 5s, because they've also got, things about the internet and crazy stories, and some of them are fictional stories, of course, like ghost stories and things like that, but sometimes it's real stuff to do with the internet and things like that. But of course this is going to be a fictional show, but it, it still taps into those things that could be true, a bit like in the way that things such as Black Mirror series has done that, quite a lot with technology and its impact. And some of it is believable, it could, happen. And some of the things they mentioned do happen. Now there's a lot of confusion about dark web and deep web and all this kind of stuff, but it's actually not just like a complete hub of illegal stuff. Really, the internet is a big ocean, and you've got the surface internet, which is what we mostly use, and that's all the stuff that's indexed, so you can easily get to it. So stuff on Google, BBC website, YouTube website, all that kind of stuff. And then you've got a massive load underneath that, which is called the deep web. And that's just things that's not indexed, so you'll get loads of, corporation systems on there, and, banking systems. Things like where they store the data for WhatsApp, and just stuff that you can't easily access but has to be contained somewhere. And there's actually only a tiny amount in the deep web, which is known as the dark web or the dark net, and that's where you'll find some more kind of strange things, but still not even that many. Like, yes, you will get some illegal activity going on, but it's mostly just websites and boards, message boards and things like that, where people don't want you to know they've gone there. They want a bit of anonymity. They may well be doing it because they're a journalist or an activist or something like that, or they might just not want people to know what they're up to, and not in a criminal way, just in a you don't really want someone following you around all day kind of thing. And yes, some illegal stuff does go on, but it is massively exaggerated. It's not like what you see in the movies or anything like that, but it's still fun. I find it quite fun. It's scary as well, obviously, but I find it quite fun when there's a fictional show about that kind of thing, and this is apparently what this is going to be. So, what does Bloody Disgusting say? They say Amazon sets dark/web series for July 19th. Amazon has set the 8-episode horror series Dark Web for a July 19th premiere on its Prime Video streaming service. It's already been debuted before, and they're going to screen it to a packed house at this year's Comic-Con in San Diego. Full disclosure, I had the good fortune to work with the Dark Web team as a writer, and I'm credited for the second anthology segment, Hacked, which I consider a dark techno-grimm's fairy tale about the dangers of desired online notoriety. Each of the series' tales delve deep into the strange and dangerous dark web that lurks just beneath the surface of the internet we use every day. A genius programmer's mysterious disappearance leads to the reunion of old friends and the discovery that the strange stories she left behind may point to an impending technological crisis. The show comes from the creative team behind 2015's Netflix film Circle, which has gone on to become something of a cult hit, inspiring online video games and live theatrical performances and adaptations across the world. Now, if you don't know Circle, the 2015 movie, basically it's like one of those social experiment type, Saw type movies in a way. So there's a group of people, and they discover that they kind of have to vote which one dies next, and it's all about, how do people react in that situation? Do they try and save themselves? Do they, it's all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the massive cast includes, lots of people from Buffy the Vampire Slayer and all sorts. Okay, I'm not going to read all those out. But anyway, there is a quick teaser, so we might as well watch that, I suppose. So this is the Dark Web official teaser premiering San Diego Comic-Con 2019. It's 57 seconds long. Let's play.
The world is changing.
Okay.
And so are we.
People think they're safe. the world's a bad place.
We have a choice. We can sit back and let bad people do terrible things, or we can do something about it. It's just a matter of time before some asshole hacks in your plot.
You have no idea what you're messing with here. Get it out of me! Get out of me! No one
What's happening?
You will get hurt.
They will come for you. And I don't know what they'll do when they find you.
Uploading soon. Okay, so we don't see loads. It looks like some of it's kind of like in the near future. And I think there was a bit there where that girl was sort of grabbed and it said there was like a live stream. So whether that's she happened to be doing a stream and it happened to her, or whether it was known it was going to happen to her, you know, and people are watching for that reason. Apparently that sort of stuff does happen in real life now. So yeah, I find it really interesting. I mean, like I say, the dark web is massively exaggerated, but there are some really shady people out there that do horrible things. And so this is, you know, part of it's just cool because it's like a, you know, a quirky sort of science fiction-y horror thing. But part of it makes you really think and like, oh god, you know, we don't want that to happen. How can we change society to not go that route? But all these tales about, you know, especially like the Black Mirror things and Twilight Zone and all that kind of stuff, whenever there's like a dystopian future or something like that, we don't seem to really learn from it. We seem to still go down that route, which is just mind-boggling. I mean, we've had warnings for a long time. You know, George Orwell wrote about that kind of stuff. Dystopian futures where it's completely authoritarian, and, you know, there's lots of censorship, and you can't have the wrong think. There's what people call it these days. You know, if you're a wrong thinker, you're not allowed to have an opinion and all this kind of stuff. But it's happening now. We need to all just relax a bit and talk about these things and watch this kind of stuff and think, let's not do that. But anyway, let's not get too deep into it. But yeah, this is a cool little thing by the looks of it. I've already got Amazon Prime, so of course I'm going to watch it because I've got it. You may well want to check it out as well. And like I say, take a look at those other sort of channels I mentioned, like Nexpo and Mr. Nightmare, because there's some really cool stories on there. There's lots of stuff where it's obviously fake or obviously untrue, but there are true stories now and again, especially about the internet. And I mean, don't watch it if you're easily sort of like triggered or upset, because some of it is quite disturbing. I mean, you don't see actual disturbing things usually, do you know what I mean? But it's just like creepy. So guys, that about do it. Click like if you like that. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you on the next video. And until then, remember, whilst you're on this crazy thing we call the internet, just take care, okay? Bye. Guys, if you're still here, you're awesome! But as you are still here, why not check out some of my other videos? Oh, and if you haven't already, please click subscribe. Laters, haters.